Hello everyone, welcome to our very first live stream event at Palaeocast. It's probably going to go wrong. We have not planned this at all. I have not planned this at all. The stream's going to break. We'll all be muted, but we will try and muddle through. So, welcome. It is absolutely good to see everyone. Welcome to the team. How are you all doing?
Surviving. It's a new year! Be happy!
Yay!
There's a new T-Rex paper out!
Yay!
Oh.
What's this one about?
One every year? Is that what they're doing?
One every year, one every few months.
I feel like that's what Filippo wants them to limit themselves to.
Yeah, we don't.
You
talk
get one
about,
every year. You have to make it good.
We don't talk about T-Rex here.
We are going to be looking back at 2025 during this stream, just seeing, like, what have the crew been doing, what kind of research has been going on in 2025. Hello, Jordan. I've got to lean all the way over there to read the chat. I need to sort that out. Woohoo, New Year, new Palaeocast. Happy New Year, Palaeocast from Tiny. We've got people that are watching. And it all sounds good. Let us know.
You need to be confident on your community.
The community turns up. I'm not confident of my skills to actually make it online. But if we're here and we sound good and we look good, like the stream is good. I know that we look good. We've got the most beautiful paleontologists ever assembled.
Above me and left to me, because we are basically two eggs without hair.
Thanks.
You have to drag Dave down with me.
I am the same boat. I would like to have back my long hair, but
you used to have long hair.
Yeah, like up to here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And are you like me? Like, okay, let's look at my head. Hang on. This is the kind of content that you miss out on when you are just listening on the podcast. Right, my hairline comes here. Like, it's a little bit missing, but it is a deep V. But I'm not bald.
Yeah, but at
Just
least
choose to shave it. 'Cause it's so much easier.
From your line, you have a regularity. I have a patch here. I have a patch here, and then long behind. I'm a mess. That's why I keep shaved, because I'm horrible. So.
Well, all of these insights, that you don't normally get in the podcast.
All of these scientific insights and more.
This is why the people are tuning in live. So
behind the scene of science,
we are gonna taking a screenshot so I can reference the hairline next time he tunes in. Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate that. You can print it off and have it next to the screen. We'll do some fashion shots. That'd be beautiful. Right, you need to get to know us a little bit better, and we're gonna break the ice with the first ever Palaeocast. I don't even know what this is. Is it a quiz? Is it a challenge? We will find out. But each of us in turn are gonna roll, and then we've got to do what's on screen. So do we have any volunteers for who's going to go first, or do I need to go first because this is something that I invented?
Can I volunteer you?
I was gonna say ladies first.
Well, yeah, I'll do it.
No.
Right,
You sound so excited.
I know. I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't.
Shiver is dead.
I think in this instance, it's probably best. Right, we've got on-screen dice. Oh, I thought I had 20. Okay.
Oh no, not that one.
2 truths and 1 lie about your research area. So, you would have thought that if I'd have made this quiz, I would have come up with...
You came up with some 5 minutes ago.
I came up with an example, but now I've got to come up with some more because you already know that. Okay.
Filippo doesn't.
In my first paper, I described 3 new species of Chasmataspidid. They're like a weird Eurypterid. Tiny little rubbish Eurypterid. Okay. Of those, I gave them all names based in Russian, which was where the fossils were discovered. Okay. When they were discovered, all of the new species were included in the same piece of drill core. So, if you don't know how big drill core is, without exaggeration, look at this sponsorship. This is my Palace coaster. It's got a horrendous reflection. Right. That is how big a drill core is. So if you imagine like an apple corer, basically do that, but with rocks under the ground, see what it's made of. And with all of these species that I got in Russia, they were all part of drill core. They came out and it had all 3 of the new species in a single bit of drill core. So 2 of those were true, 1 was a lie. And you gotta guess. I mean,
I think number
you
1
can
is
wait
false.
for
I
the
reckon you described
audience.
2 or 4 species, not 3. Oh shoot! Are we
Right.
supposed to be waiting for them?
No, you can
Yeah,
go
are
on.
we
I-
guessing or are they guessing?
You're guessing because there's
Ah.
such a delay in when they'll get it and type it all out.
I think
They can
they
guess
are
as
not.
well, though.
They
If
are
you're
not.
watching, that can be your excuse.
I think they are not from Russia.
They're not Russian.
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
Maybe I go for the third one to balance it out because I thought it might be the third one because that's another one that's quite easy for you to only just lie.
Right. Okay.
Maybe one of them was from a different core
Right.
and that was just really annoying.
So Emily's like, there's not 3. Filippo's, they're not from Russia.
Yeah.
And Sophie's, they're not from the same bit of drill core. Well, they're not all from the same bit of drill core. Multiple cores. Some of them had different species on it, but some of them have multiple different specimens. It's crazy. Like, a bit of drill core this big with Chasmataspidids on. I think it had like 20 or something. It was incredible. And yeah, they were all from Russia, from Norilsk, which is right in like the Arctic Circle, and you're not allowed to go and visit. You're definitely not allowed to go and visit now. But yeah, so that's what my first paper was on. Go and read it, or don't bother because it's really boring. Right, who is next?
Oh, should we just go down the list?
All right, Emily. Emily.
It's me.
You ready?
No.
Let's go. 15.
Oh.
Come on. That's an easy one.
I don't know. It's kind of hard. My memory is kind of bad.
Okay, well then you got to roll again.
No, it's okay. I can think of something.
You'll embed something.
Yeah, I do remember watching. It wasn't even the first Jurassic Park. It was The Lost World, and I remember absolutely loving it like so much. But I was so scared of the raptors at the same time that I wanted to watch it again and again and again and again. But I was so scared the whole time. But I was like, this is the best thing ever. But I couldn't watch it. That's how I fell in love with Paleo.
Unpopular opinion: Lost World is better than the first movie.
Oh.
You can
Lost World is the second one, yes.
Yeah.
you can come to me with torch and
The third is the best.
forks.
I have watched
That's an
Jurassic
unpopular
Park
opinion.
about
It is.
2 times. I've watched The Lost World once, and I've watched the third one with the mobile phone once, and I've never watched any Jurassic World.
Yeah, no, that's the one because the second one is just bad, but the third one knows it's bad.
Don't say it's just bad. It's Filippo's
I
favorite
could have used that for my paleo guilty pleasure. I'm gonna roll that now.
I know it's an unpopular opinion. I know people attack me on this. I accept to say that Jurassic Park is still the best. For me, it's not, but it's okay.
Being scared of raptors is just common sense, no matter how much you love them, though. From Snowblind. And Tiny says that they love them both. So, they're wrong. But never mind.
Wow.
I also, given that I haven't seen Jurassic World, if you notice, 19 sells a holiday to Isla Nublar post-accident. I didn't know what happened in the end of the Jurassic World series, and so I thought it was all based on a different island, and events didn't happen. Where's my camera gone? My camera's just gone off. Brilliant. Cool.
Oh no.
Anyway, whatever, it'll come back. Right, we need to roll again.
Mm-hmm. Are you rolling for me this time?
Roll
Sophie.
the dice.
Right, you ready?
It's the guilty pleasure one.
2.
2. I'm in for that.
Come on.
Oh, can that be my noise?
What? Oh.
Oh.
It
Maybe
just
maybe
sounds
it's disappointed. Maybe it's a.
Oh dear.
There we go.
What is that?
That's the noise.
Surely you want to go with a honk.
You can't disprove it.
Yes, I can. I study Parasaurolophus in person.
Everyone strap in. We're gonna have a 2-hour lecture on why that's incorrect.
Right, come on. Well, you need to do it for us, Filippo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we can
Do
see.
It's quite beautiful.
It's melodic. It's nice. I like that.
I study hadrosaurs. I know what I'm doing. I have a PhD.
I am gonna. I'm just gonna get.
Give me 2 years.
It's nice because you can use that every time, like something. I have a PhD.
Yeah.
Even if it's completely irrelevant.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if it's irrelevant.
Exactly. You know that famous picture in social media, like, we need a doctor. I am a doctor. But that one.
Poster tube.
You're on a plane and they're like, please, we need help. The guy in 34A needs to write a submission to something really quickly, and he needs to get his word count down.
I can help.
It's my time.
Right, I got my Parasaurolophus prop. Because they had like some big thing that resonated, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm not making that up.
Actually, there is a PhD candidate in America called Michael Chapone that create the Hadrodone, that is a giant saxophone-like instrument created on the base of Parasaurolophus.
Can they
but your is the
He did a
demo
PhD.
version.
It took me 15 seconds to find this.
Yours is the Temu version.
I just put it straight into the end of the microphone.
The Temu PhD.
Thank
It's
you.
Dave's cupboard.
I don't know what noise they would have made now.
PhD.
You just heard Filippo do such a beautiful one.
Yeah, but he
I
wants
don't think you
to.
can beat it.
He wants to undermine me. Look at him.
I reckon it would have been powerful and honky.
It's a powerful, hunky-looking dinosaur.
Yeah. Ah! Something like that.
So majestic.
It probably sounds.
Sure.
That wasn't much better than
Thank
mine.
Oh, what has happened to my camera? Nightmare. But whatever.
Protesting all of our noises.
Right, Filippo.
Okay.
You gotta go.
Roll the dice.
17.
No.
Brilliant.
Wow. No, seriously. It's the only question I'm not able to answer.
You are gonna do fine. Right, you're not allowed to look.
Yeah, I'm not looking. I can tell you. Jurassic blue, Cretaceous green. That's it.
No, we gotta go through them one by one. Shut your eyes.
Okay.
Right, so for the audience, right, Cambrian. You got to guess it.
Yeah, I can't guess anymore because I see it on video.
Oh, that's why I
Well,
told you
close
to
your
shut
eyes.
your eyes. There's a key instruction in there.
Come on, Felipe.
Green.
Felipe, you have a PhD.
Correct. Well done. Ordovician.
Blue.
Siluria.
Close.
We're going to go
Or-
until you get one wrong.
Orange.
Oh, no.
Black.
Oh.
It's just jet
Black.
black.
Black. None of them are black.
Light blue.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Devonian.
Green.
No, no.
Hard green. Light green. Purple.
Not any kind of green.
Red. Yellow. Dark yellow. Light yellow.
This is great content. You can see that we didn't plan any of this.
Can you believe me when I say that was the only question I didn't want to answer? And I got 1% of chance to get it, and I got it.
5%.
I will give you instead the opportunity to finish off name the rest of the periods in order.
No, why?
Oh, come on. From Devonian, you'll be fine.
Devonian, Silurian, Ordovician.
No, you're going the wrong way.
Exactly.
Well, do what you were doing, but do it backwards.
Yeah. Just...
Cambrian, Devonian, Silurian, Carboniferous, Permian.
Yes, all correct
Jurassic,
so far.
Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous. Oh my god, stupid mammals. Paleocene, Eocene, Miocene, Oligocene, Pleistocene, Pliocene, Quaternary.
And now judge your own homework.
Mark it yourself.
Yeah.
3 out of 30.
You got some of them right.
You did pretty well.
I mean,
we
just
If you told me that was the order and didn't give me the answers, I would believe you.
I always switch Ordovician and Silurian and Devonian. I always mix them.
How important is it really to memorize them? All we need to do is just get the
absolutely
international...
zero. It's like when you go to school and people say, the professor say, you need to learn this mathematical or chemical formula. No, I don't need to learn it by memory. Use a book. Why can you use a book and I cannot?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stick to the man.
Quiz done. Unless anyone wants another go.
I have a PhD.
Does anyone want to volunteer to do one?
I volunteer again. I can't believe this is the only question I have to
Please
do.
another one that
You want to do another? Right.
Yes.
Off you go. 14.
40.
No,
Again.
I've already done that one.
Oh yeah.
Roll again. Oh, do you want to do that?
No. 3. The score just from your special. Oh.
So, what is the problem with hadrosaurs? Why don't?
No. I'm not.
it?
Well, the nice thing about my curricula is that I have different research area, and I can name one. So, do you love dinosaurs? Do you love paleontology? Why? Because you like rocks. Because you like animal or plants or whatever to be dead, to be rocks. You don't like squishy stuff. So please don't come in paleopathology, because if you come in paleopathology, you need to study medical literature. You need to study medical PowerPoints and stuff, and you're going to watch traumas, tumors, infection, dissection, all the disgusting stuff that when I had to study human medicine for my dinosaur paleopathology PhD, I was so close to puke in my office at Belfast because a friend of mine sent me their PowerPoint lecture from the University of Verona in Italy of their medical school. So please don't come in paleopathology if you like paleontology. You don't want to puke in front of your colleagues.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. I'm pretty discouraged. I will leave the dinosaurs alone, I think.
I wanna ask what's the grossest pathology that you had to read up on, but I don't know if our listeners want to hear about it.
Fossils or modern?
What
Yes.
disgusted you the most?
Tumors, malignant tumors in children.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is upsetting.
Bone malignant tumors in children.
Hmm.
Or even worse, a bone infection. That's nasty. Seriously nasty.
I didn't expect it to go this way.
Yeah,
I mean,
sorry.
it has to be pretty nasty for it to show up in the fossil record, to be fair.
Yeah.
You see crazy stuff in not just in dinosaurs, but in general in vertebrates, especially when they get infected.
Mhm.
You see a bone, a fossilized bone, and you are detached from what it should have looked like in life, so it's fine. But when you start thinking really how it would have looked like, it's not nice.
Right. Okay. Shall we move on and actually start the show instead of
Didn't we
Yeah.
already started?
Well, yeah, technically, but we're not getting into the meat of stuff. So, we need to talk about 2025, what that was like paleontologically, what that was like for us as paleontologists. So, I think it would be a good place to start if we each spoke about, what we actually did in 2025. What was the year like for us? I'm very happy to go first in all of this. So, oh god, look at my camera. So annoyed. But whatever. Things don't go to plan. And I spent a lot of time offshore at the start of the year, which wasn't exactly to plan because I spent Christmas offshore. I spent New Year's offshore. I spent my 40th birthday offshore. And this is what offshore looked like at the time. It was horrendous. It was a ridiculous storm when we were there. And that is on an oil rig. Like, we are not moving. We are up high above the sea, about 20 meters or something like that. I don't know exactly how tall they are. But, God, the rig was shaking. It shouldn't shake. It shouldn't move. I don't like it when it moves. I don't like it when I can feel the walls moving. Like, I had my head, like, leaning back on my pillow, trying to sleep, and the wall was, like, bouncing. I could feel the rain on it, and, yeah, it was pretty scary. And when you're 40, you shouldn't really be scared of anything. And when you're...
I disagree.
Well, it's a legitimate fear, that one, I think. And
Yeah.
I had to kind of like pretend that everything was fine because you're offshore with all of these burly Norwegian riggers who are absolutely used to this, who would be more worried if it wasn't like this. And I'm just there, like, too scared to sit next to a window because it's raining too hard. Like, I have no idea what they thought about me. But that's scary, right?
That is scary.
Yeah.
That is scary. Right. Other stuff that isn't as scary. Spent a lot of time looking at Eurypterids, putting them together. And I have been at the museum in Bristol, where I found a lot of these, which are Eurypterids. And they're supposed to look like that, which is a reconstruction. And it is a Styloneurid Eurypterid, which means it had walking legs instead of paddles, so it didn't swim around. And it's Devonian, it's near Bristol, and these Eurypterids, no one knew where they were. They were like described in the 1950s and then lost. And then I found where they were preserved, and I started digging them out, and I just couldn't stop digging them out. Emily came to help me dig them out, didn't you?
Yeah, I was going to say, is this when we went and dug them out? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were the same ones.
Tell everyone how muddy it was and stinky it was, and not the best place to be digging up fossils.
Oh no, I had a great time.
Of course. But yeah, they don't
It
look
was muddy,
good, do they? Like, in
No.
terms of fossils to show people, like, I'm sure the audience are looking at this now and they are just like, I can't even see it. I mean, the one on the right, it just looks like nothing. But there is a Eurypterid there. So, little on Eurypterid anatomy. So, they have head. That's called the prosoma. And then you got pre-abdomen of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 segments. And then a post-abdomen of 5. And then a telson, which is tail spine, like horseshoe crabs have today. And that's just like to help them right themselves and for hydrodynamics and stuff like that. And so, if we look at this one, it is so hard to see, but you'll just have to trust me. There's a bit of a break in the rock there. The body comes all the way down here. And then on the other side, it's approximately about there. And then you can start to pick out lines in the rock, and those are going to be the segments. But then also between the segments, you've kind of got this membrane called arthroidal membrane, and that is kind of like a soft bit in between the hard plates. So if you imagine like a suit of armor, I mean, that's what arthropods means, armored legs. So like if you imagine this like a suit of armor, a knight wearing this, they would have like all of these segments that are hard exoskeleton, but in between, you know, if you imagine a knight, they didn't have any protection where there was a break. So like right here, and they had this kind of like, it wasn't super soft, it wasn't super hard, but it was flexible membrane in between the hard bits. So imagine a knight, you've got the armor plate coming here, but then at the join you could see like leather or cloth or something that they would have had. So some of these lines could be membrane, but they come all the way down here. And this whole specimen, these things were like 45, 50 centimeters. So like that in real life. They were huge. And from this place, I got about 20 individual specimens. I'm not finished counting them. And they're all from these giant big blocks. And these blocks of rock are really, really thick. I don't know if you remember, Emily, like when we were digging it out. And they're all in like parts. Like, look at how broken up this one is. Like, we've got a bit there, there's a crack here, cracks there, crack there. This is all put back together in the lab, but some of it was pretty messed up. So I have had a 10,000 piece Eurypterid jigsaw to be doing, because the museum, they don't want it sitting around forever. And it would be really nice if it was all stuck back together, or if it was put into long-term storage. I have filled up so much of their museum with this stuff. So it's been good to get to do it. And they asked me to come, and I was like, right, okay, I'll find a couple of days, 1 or 2 days, to stick all of this back together. And I'll be going back for my 6th, 7th day at the end of January, and we're only just halfway through. It is taking so long to do, and there's so much, but by the end of it, I'm going to be able to say like how all of these Eurypterids were positioned in proximity to each other, which way they were facing, which way the bodies are, how disarticulated they are. I mean, do we have like them close to each other? How far away is like the nearest neighbors? Are they all facing in the same directions? That's another thing. Yeah, are they all broken up? Do these all have their legs attached? If they don't have their legs attached, then that probably says that they are shed exoskeletons versus mortalities and stuff like that. So there's a huge amount of paleo ecological information, how they lived, what they were all doing being preserved in the same place. There's a theory that came from one of my tutors from my master's, which is the mass molt mate hypothesis, that all of these eurypterids all got together, they all shed their exoskeletons at the same time and mated like horseshoe crabs do today. And this was like potential evidence towards that. You had all of these eurypterids all in the same place, but if they're all intact and they have their legs in place and their bodies still attached to their heads, that would suggest that they're all mortalities rather than shed exoskeletons. So what were they doing? And what can I say about it after I've put this huge jigsaw puzzle back together? So that's been my big thing that I've been doing, and it is a lot of fun, I have to say. I mean, it'd be nice to just have all of the results and stuff like that, but there's still something to be said about sticking it all back together and spending time with actual fossils and actual rock instead of sitting at a computer. So it is really nice to just sit in the bottom of a museum and stick all of these things back together. So can't complain about it. So that is me. That is what I have been doing, and otherwise just sat around playing way too many computer games. But I'm not going to complain about that. Having a great time. Right, Emily, you're up next.
Me.
What is?
All right.
What's been going on?
Well, I'd say the big thing that I did was finish my PhD. That has taken up most of my year by a long time.
Congratulations.
And that's me. Where am I?
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm going to cover
Me.
you over.
Oh.
That's a finger.
Yeah, that's me doing my final defense, and so my defense was on variation within teeth, mostly for the most part. So mostly I was looking at archosaurs, but then also I was looking at hybodonts as well, which are these like shark-like animals. All of it from the Triassic, the late Triassic, and the finger picture is just to show you how small some of these fossils were. This is one of the hybodont teeth. So the biggest ones we had were around 2 millimeters. So pretty tiny fossils that I was working with on that front there. But yeah, that was all done. I'm a doctor now, so that's fun.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that.
You don't have to say anything else about that.
Cool.
I've got a question though.
Yeah.
How was that found?
Yes.
Who found that?
So if you go to my other slides with my other pictures, yeah, it was found from screen washing, which is basically the only time I went outside in this year doing my PhD, was to do a bit of screen washing. So in this process, we take rocks, and these are rocks that can just be dissolved in water. So we plonk them in water, they turn into mud and goop, stick them on a screen, wash that through with some more water, so all the clay goes through, all the teeny tiny bits come through, and then sometimes you'll get some nice, am I pointing in the right direction? Yes, you will. You'll get some nice teeth that are really obvious, and you can tell what they are. These are phytosaur teeth, so the big, like, doing the whole crocodile thing before crocodiles were crocodiles in the Triassic. You get some nice teeth from them, or some bones that you can see in the surface, but sometimes you have to just stick it underneath the microscope and pick through it like one little bit at a time and see if you can find teeth, little tiny bits of bone. It's we did quite a lot at Virginia Tech. There's an army of undergrads who do it. And my friend Helen is running her Paleo Picker Pals, they're called, who do this and find all this cool stuff for us to then research and look at. So yeah, that's how they're found.
Awesome. It looks like a very wet job. Do you get drenched when you're doing it?
Not drenched, splashed a bit. Like, I'm always wearing a bit of mud by the end, for sure. But the best thing about it, though, is like we have this huge tub, and it's full of water. But then because we're doing so much of this sieving and all this clay is going through, if you stick your hand in the bottom of that, the mud just feels amazing. It's so soft. It's just incredible. There's nothing like it.
Does that make it more difficult that everyone else is going, come on, like, we're losing the light, we need to keep going? You just sat there with your hand in the mud going, 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's more the sunlight that we need. So this is why we can only really do it in summer, because it's warm enough and it's bright enough all the time, or at least a decent amount of the time. So yeah, summer activity. So even if you are getting wet, it's not cold.
Good. Right, Emily. No, not Emily. The other Emily, Sophie.
Wow.
I
Not
was
doctor.
looking at the word Emily on my little controller thing when I said that. I'm sorry, Sophie.
Hello.
What have you been doing?
So I am still doing my PhD. I don't know if I'm the only non-PhD here.
I don't have a PhD.
Great.
I
I'm
did
not alone.
most of one.
But you've probably done a little bit more of a PhD than I have.
Well, that's up for debate, to be honest, because I didn't get too much done. But yeah,
Well, I feel like
I'm not
neither
as
have I.
well qualified as the others.
Well, I'm now halfway through year 2 of my PhD. So I started in September 2024. So at the start of last year, I would have been halfway through my first year. At which point I was in the midst of my original idea falling through. Or my original idea for chapter 1 falling through. I don't know how much detail I should go into. Should I talk about the... I'm not allowed to swear about the magpie, but should I talk about the magpie?
Yeah, talk about the magpie.
Oh, shall I talk about that?
You can't introduce a magpie as a bad guy and then not follow through with that.
He is a bad guy. So my PhD, I'll go through a little bit about what I'm doing, because it's what I've spent my entire year on. Hence why I've got no pictures, because I've just been thinking about this for the last year. So my PhD is on the Ramphotheca, which is not quite a paleo thing, but it's sort of relevant. So birds have got a keratinous Ramphotheca, meaning they've got their bony beak, and then they've got the keratin over the top, which is cornified skin, like your fingernails, like claws, and so on. My original idea was I want to see what the shape variation is before I look at the function. But I very quickly discovered that the data is so incredibly terrible, because it mostly comes from skeletal specimens. If you're doing a PhD, you generally don't have the budget to take more scans. And most of the scans that exist are these skeletal specimens where the Ramphotheca is almost always completely worn away. So idea number 2, if you came to SVP and saw my poster, and if so, thank you, you will know that I took a magpie scan, I reconstructed it, and I've put it in Blender, and I've stretched its beak out and made a bunch of different beak shapes, and then I've run those through finite element analysis to look at how that changes the function. If you saw me at SVP, you may also know that I really, really hate that magpie, because it was a skeletal specimen, and the Ramphotheca was more present than basically everything else that I looked at, but also very, very warped, and it was worse than reconstructing fossil data. It was so bad. So I spent half of this year just being really, really angry at a magpie. And when I go into chapter 2, I've actually just started deciding what I'm going to do for chapter 2. I'm going to do some histology, which means I'm going to take some fin sections. I really hope there's a magpie in the freezer so it can be first on the chopping block.
Get your revenge.
I will get my revenge. It's not very paleo relevant, but it's the morphology especially is relevant for if you're reconstructing the Ramphithecra in dinosaurs, because quite a lot of dinosaurs will have had beaks, and there are a lot of studies on dinosaurs where you're looking at the function of the jaws and the function of feeding. So I also spent a lot of SVP going, I'm so sorry, but if you've not included this in your research, then that's not very good because you need to be including this. Because that was most of my results were, I'm so sorry, but you need it drastically changes your results if you've not put the Ramphithecra in.
You were the person at the back that was saying, well, actually.
I was. I've got the email of at least one person who's come up to me at the end of where I've said, well, actually, and he's come back to get my email to say, if you find out anything about how I can fix this problem, please tell me.
So what is the day-to-day process of doing all of this like? It sounds like a lot of computers.
It is a lot of computers, which again, where there's no pictures, there is one picture, which I can get to. So I work mostly with finite element analysis, which involves taking your 3D structure, putting it splitting it down into a finite number of elements, and then you can. I mean, the software I use, which is Abacus, it's basically just a big calculator. Like you can tell it, like, right, I'm going to put 1 Newton of force on this element, and that's going to put so many newtons of force on the next element, and then it will go through, like multiple thousands of elements, and it'll return how much stress and strain is in the structure, and that lets you make inferences on the function. This picture is here because I ran into the issue that the university computers would not let me have the computers stay on. Like they wouldn't let me untoggle the thing that makes them turn off after 3 hours, and generally I believe each one of my models was close to 1 million elements. So it was they were taking like 12 hours to run. So Gandalf Trumpet saved me so that I didn't have to go and talk to IT. So that's the one picture of something that I've got that's happened this year that's mildly interesting.
Snowblind's commented, I can hear that image.
I can also hear that image still. I think it's a mercy that that computer did not have the speakers on over the weekend, because I got a message from the technician in our lab who came in over the weekend to check on something, and he came. I think I can't remember if he messaged me or if he came up to me, but I remember like being asked, what the hell is Gandalf doing on your machine? But I swear to God, he makes them run faster. This might be because I'm going crazy, because Abacus has driven me crazy, but I swear to God, he makes them run faster.
That's the magic of the great white wizard Gandalf, though.
It is. Yeah, and I didn't have time to find the picture, but I had both machines over the weekend, and the other one had Taking the Hobbits to Isengard, in case you were wondering where that was.
Oh, we should have built that into the quiz to sing that. Filippo.
Yes.
How's your year been? Busy.
So, professionally speaking, it was very bad because I'm reaching my 3rd year outside the research market. I continue to fail many postdoc applications. I arrived to 24 rejections. So that's also why you won't see any pictures of me now, because I haven't been active on that because I had to survive. I got a job in a private lab that fired me also a few weeks ago. So everything is going very bad. But at least there are some good things that happened during 2025 for me in terms of academia. I have been quite active in 2025 in terms of research and also involvement in research. I double my citation score from like previous years. The number of citations skyrocket high this year. I was very happy. I published 5 papers.
5?
2 co-authored and 3 first author. So I'm very satisfied with what I did. I published my first species, Cariosecus, which we discussed it here in one of the Palaeocast episode. And also I published another paper on Hadrosaur sex, on dinosaur sex, that was actually mentioned by what is the picture on the left? I think it's
That's the wrong PDF. Is that one better?
it's this one, yeah.
Yeah. thought so.
And this paper actually was talked everywhere at SVP. Actually, nice thing, I was finally able to go back to SVP after many years, and that was my little window of me belonging into academia once again, just for a week. And there many people stopped me to talk to me about this research, and for me was a bit of a prime time prima donna moment, and I was very happy for that. And also this nice little paper that arrived almost everywhere recently, also in National Geographic, arrived also at Stephen Colbert show, the late night show of Stephen Colbert, where
Wow.
he mentioned it. So I think that is so far the peak of my career so far. In this paper, it's the most important chapter after my PhD. It took me a long time to get it done and to get it published. In my PhD, I analyzed many paleopathologies in duck-billed dinosaurs and other iguanodontians. And while I was studying them, I realized there was a clear pattern of fractures in the vertebra at the base of the tail, where you have the neural spine, that is the long process on top of the vertebra. And in many other species, no matter the species, no matter the region, no matter the time, still inside the Hadrosaurids, the duck-billed dinosaurs, they all present this pattern of fractured or bent or broken or infected neural spines. And they mostly focus on the initial part of the tail, where you would have also the opening of the cloaca. There was an hypothesis already proposed in 1985 by Darren Tanke, that is one of the co-authors of the paper, where he first suggested that these pathologies were caused by the male mounting the female, pressing on top of the tail, causing these fractures. After many years that he proposed that, without being published, because there were many critics on that idea, we were finally able to do it because I added, I would say, quite a big data set of material from the northern region, basically from Canada to the States, to Europe, to Russia. And we found this pattern in many different species. And of course, this is not the final conclusive result. We still get some criticism out of this, but I mean, it's normal. So we are looking forward to work more in the future, especially with other dinosaurs. I'm expecting to find something similar, like in sauropods or even big theropods. But again, we need to look at collections. And what are the two home take messages here? One is that if really the sex mating hypothesis is correct, we have the very first glimpse onto the sexual behavior of dinosaurs, something that we thought we could never have with just bones. And the second one is that when you find a tail of an hadrosaur and this tail present these deformations, it's very likely, it's not sure, but it's very likely that this individual was a female. So it's a whale to sex the dinosaur that you have in front of you without having the eggs, oviducts, or other proxies that you would usually use for to assess the gender of the dinosaur. So overall, bibliographically speaking, it was a good year for me. I just hope that 2026 will bring me a few more contracts. Let's hope. because it's the only thing that I will need. This is the beautiful paint. This is a painting. This is a 1.5 meters long, I think, painting by Italian paleo artist Emiliano Trocco. And he's such an incredible artist, and I love it so much.
That's real paint, yeah?
Yeah, it's a real painting. Because he's a paleo artist specialized in real painting. He has an atelier in northern Italy, and it's like a time machine. You enter inside, and it's like it's like a art museum focused on the deep time. It's incredible.
I just want to know what the conversation was like when you were commissioning this. How
well we need to make a step behind, because before this there was the 3D modeling, and for that the other Italian paleo artist Fabio Manucci did a initial mounting of the two, and how we ended up doing it was very fun, because Fabio and I talk like every day, and one day back in what was it, 2020, I call him and I say, listen, Fabio, I need you to make a 3D model for me. Okay. What? Well, I need other source. Okay. I have several species already prepared. What do you need? I don't know. You choose. Okay. Let's say Coritosaur. Good. Take 2. Okay. What do we need to do? Well, you take the first one, and then the second one will kind of, we need to find a way to, are you telling me that we have to put 2 dinosaurs doing that? Yes. And once we were able to find more or less the position based on my results, we sent it to Emiliano Trocco, and he basically shouted, "Yes, I'll do it."
Oh wow! He was waiting for that moment.
He was very happy to make this.
But he didn't come back with like any kind of like drafts looking for comments, or you didn't have to be like, oh, this one should be a bit more on. No. He
proposed me some positions, some perspectives, some different versions. Actually, we used some for the other picture in the paper, where they asked us to provide different positions to show the different possibilities of mounting positions. But we more or less the different options that Emiliano showed me were very similar to the final result. It was maybe the female a bit more elevated, like a bit more, standing rather than sitting. There was one with the female laying completely. So we were playing a bit around with what we could understand on what we could infer about, for example, the size of the male genitalia, which is actually behind the laugh that you could make. Is actually an incredible, interesting topic for functional anatomy and evolutionary biology as well. To understand the nature of dinosaur genitalia, you need to have a huge understanding of genitalia in crocodiles and the different genitalia in birds, because they have at least 3 different conditions that evolved independently. So once we had the results of the pathological analysis of the inclination of the spine, so the pressing force of the male, and then, take the volumetric reconstruction of the section of the tail, take the weight of the male, take the possible conformation of the genitalia based on the phylogenetical bracketing, which position could be the one? So, little trivia: the position that you see in the main illustration is not the mounting position per se, but it's the moment after when the male has finished and is trying to detach from the female. We decided this because we cannot be sure about the exact position that the male could have get. So to avoid that, we say, okay, we don't show the mounting position exactly, but the moment after when the male is trying to say, okay, let's get out. Exactly. So
I could hear someone furiously Googling dinosaur mating positions. So watch out for typing.
Sorry,
I
can you
promise
hear
it
that?
wasn't
It's
me.
not. I promise that's not what I'm messaging Emily because I think that she's dropped out.
Oh,
Oh,
is
no.
she?
I think that she can't hear us. I was messaging her. I promise I wasn't Googling dinosaur mating positions.
Maybe she's left the stream.
I
To
don't
go
know if you can
and-
hear
Oh,
me, but
Oh,
yeah, I can't
really?
hear anyone apart from. Yeah, I
can
can't hear
hear
anyone
you.
apart from you, Sophie.
Oh, it's all going wrong.
Mhm. It'd be really funny if no one, if they can't hear on the stream, and now I look like I'm Googling dinosaur mating positions and hallucinating Emily.
Well, back to whether or not people are enjoying this. Yeah, comments.
Shall I drop out and come back in? Sorry if I'm talking over someone.
No, it's fine. You're all right. I don't know if you can even hear me, but
Emily, it's sometimes video does this. Try to refresh the page. Usually by refreshing, you are fine.
yeah, get that message to her. Right.
Yeah. think-
Snowblind says, I didn't think I'd be spending my Wednesday perusing the Dinosaur Kama Sutra. I'm
Why
guessing
not?
you
Why
have...
not?
Well, yeah, actually, why not?
Why not?
You haven't lived. Brittany says, does Treco have an online presence?
He doesn't like technology on average. He get into Twitter a few years ago, and he got a lot of followers like in a few days. And you still find it by searching at Emiliano Trocco. But after what happened last November, December in America, he, like many other people, he dropped his presence on Twitter. I won't use the other name. And since then, no, he has his atelier and he doesn't care to put his to have an online presence, unfortunately. So that's why we are always happy to use his drawing in our papers, because this is how he get visibility.
Brittany said he's even cooler then, which, yeah, he sounds...
He's when you Brittany, when you think about the stereotype of an artist, Emiliano is 200% that. He's an incredible cool guy, but he's also an artist.
And
So-
Tiny has also said, yeah, I didn't expect this either. Can't fathom how I missed this piece of news too.
No.
It was everywhere.
Well, not as everywhere as I would had hoped, but unfortunately, what was published a week before my paper.
Oh, what? Oh,
No,
Nanosaurus.
Now you see why my bloody hate for that clade of dinosaurs. It's not just that, but it's like a curse. They
It's
are
personal.
cursing me. It's personal.
And
I
yet
was
here
waiting.
you are in a Jurassic Park t-shirt with a T-Rex on it.
That's because they haven't done a Parasaurolophus yet, and they will never do it. Even though Parasaurolophus appear in more Jurassic media than T-Rex and Raptor. Remember that.
Right. Well, yeah. We're going to talk about a bit of the research that has happened in 2025 then. Yeah, I guess I'll go first. So, the paper that I want to bring to everybody's attention is not one that is particularly interesting. That's your paper.
Ah.
Sorry, let me just switch.
Oh no.
I didn't mean to say it was your paper that was not interesting.
Wow.
Oh no.
Sure.
We've lost Filippo's video feed now.
No, I'm still here. I didn't do anything.
Right. I've been looking at the Carboniferous, which is everyone's absolute favourite period. And the reason I've been doing it is because I am not one of the people that likes the reconstructions of the Carboniferous as a massive swamp. I think everywhere you see the Carboniferous, it is swamp, 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 swamp. And what is the reason behind that? And this paper sort of looks at the reason why that is, because not every country, but Carboniferous rocks get all over the place, and Carboniferous fossils are really well known because of coal. And coal is preserved in coal swamps, and since there's, coal swamps and coal all over the place, the whole world gets reconstructed as a coal swamp. What is going on? Where's the rest of the Carboniferous that's not coal swamp, or was the whole world just a giant swamp? This paper looks at some of the things that were going on in terms of biases, in terms of what is happening with the preservation of this material from the Carboniferous. So a while ago, it was figured out that you get upland stuff, so things growing higher up, higher altitudes, and it was thought that they washed in to the coal forests, and so when material was preserved there, sometimes it would have non-swamp adapted, dry adapted plants, and those were the ones that would go on into the Permian and become dominant. These were like the earliest conifers and stuff like that. So given that when you look at a deposit of coal, it's mostly all of the plants that were adapted for that swampy lifestyle, and only like 1% or something that was upland kind of dry stuff. So it was thought that what was going on was that you had a bias whereby you had a coal swamp, and all of the things that were living in the swamp were in situ. It means that they were living there. And then all of the stuff that was really rare, that 1% of dry adapted stuff, well, that was just being washed in from upland, because water flows downwards into these coal forests, and that's what that was going on. You just had like the odd occasion where a log or a tree or a plant or whatever would wash down into the swamp. Now, that doesn't work for a number of reasons, and it's something that has been very pervasive. It's stuck. They can't like shift this idea of this is what's happening. The wet adapted plants are all living in the wet environments, and the dry adapted plants are living higher up, away from the swamps, and so they're not being preserved. And that idea has stuck around for many, many years. And this paper goes into detail of how it's probably not anything to do with topology and the layout of the land, but it's more to do with climate, because in cold and wet climates you get a lot more rainfall, and the sea level is lower, and so you will get all of these coal forests being formed, because any lowlands get swamped, and yeah, you get the stuff growing there. When it's dry, though, what happens is that a lot of these coal forests dry up, and so all of these wet adapted plants, they are left to just exist in whatever wetlands are available, and the dry adapted plants kind of like take over. So they aren't split according to the topology, but they all exist wherever they can. So the wet lowlands in these coal swamps, they wouldn't be entirely low-lying swamps the whole time. There would have been areas, little islands of higher elevation, like we have today. Like the land would work pretty much in the same way that we have today. You would have a swamp, yes, but then you would also have islands that were less swampy. And on those islands, you could get plants that were better adapted to dry environments. And likewise, in places that have really good drainage, say if it was an upland area, you're still going to get areas that have standing water. And those places are going to be having plants that were adapted to wet environments. So they weren't split according to elevation, but they were split according to conditions. And so in these swamps, you would have they mostly only existed during wet phases when the climate was cooler. So the reason why you have a dominance of wet adapted plants is just because the conditions were adapted for wet plants at that time, and so the dry adapted plants, they couldn't really get a foothold in the area despite being present. And in the dry phase, the plants that were dry adapted, they could spread all over wherever the land was, had dried up, and the wet adapted plants had to just stick around any place where there was water. So ultimately, it's all down to climate and not a lot to elevation. And that is, understanding that is really important, but it is not very exciting. Look at this paper. It's just all text. But once you get your head into that and around that and try and figure out what was going on, then I think that's a really important thing to understand about how the Carboniferous was structured. So Carboniferous is going to be a big focus of mine for Palaeocast for the next few episodes. We got some pretty big things coming. And I mean, actually, I've got a picture. If we just switch back to me, I've been digging. That isn't my hands, by the way. I have been digging around in the Carboniferous, looking at nodules, kind of like Mason Creek, and filming footage, video Palaeocast coming soon. And we are cracking nodules. We are looking at the Carboniferous. We are looking at an in situ Carboniferous forest, talking about that. Hopefully going to be talking about some of the animals there as well. How do ironstone nodules form? What do we get inside of them? Let's see what's inside of them. And some pretty big surprises as well. So that's going to be my 2026, at least the first half. Lots of plants to look forward to. You lucky lot. I know you all want dinosaurs, but I'm going to be doing trees. Right. Anyone else want to talk about papers? Emily, are you back with us?
Yeah, I think I'm back with you.
I can hear you.
You're back with us. Talk to us about papers.
Okay. I don't know if I can hear Filippo again.
Yeah. I'm here.
We can hear you.
I'm here.
But yeah, I can talk about that.
Well, we've got your audio.
That's
we
all
can't
that
see
you
your
need.
face moving. So, take
Put
it
a
away.
paper over. Oh, this one from last year. This is my one
is
from
that the
last
wrong
year,
one?
isn't it?
I went hunting for papers.
I mean, we can talk about that one as well. But if we're in 2026, if we're in regular papers, then I don't mind whichever one you want to put up there.
Wait, this is November 2025. I thought this was the one that we were talking about. Has there been another paper since then?
Oh no! I just wanted to, because Filippo got Mirasora, then I was like, well, if he gets a weirdo in the Triassic, which is what I do, then I'm going to take a weirdo in the Middle Triassic and talk about Spicomelus. But no, I can talk about Gracillosuchus instead.
Yeah, talk about that one. Sorry, I've loaded up the wrong thing.
No, that's fine. I've got this one. Yeah. So this is a project that I was involved in quite some time ago before I started my PhD. Back in 2020, 2021. And it's looking at the hind limb biomechanics of this little Triassic guy, there he is, called Gracillosuchus. And there's been a little bit of like controversy over the years as to whether how this thing was actually moving and getting around, whether it was quadrupedal, as is put in the picture there, whether it was bipedal, whether it was plantigrade with its foot like flat on the ground, or whether it was digitigrade, if I can say that word. I find it a very difficult word, with its sort of toes on the ground but not the rest of its foot, like we see in dinosaurs. And was it more sprawling or was it standing more upright? So my role in this was predominantly to build the skeletal model. So I did a whole lot of segmenting of CT scans, so turning the X-rays of the CT scan into models like that of the bones. Yeah, those are the sort of CT scans in situ, the or what they look like when we had just the bones, and then I had to turn them into a articulated model. Which then Agostina could come along, the leader author of the paper. She could come along and add muscles too. So we can look at the sort of way these muscles were moving, what their range of motion was, how that's all working out. Yeah, with like these little red lines. I think maybe if you go down a little bit further, this is the sort of joints that I did. That's what the model looks like. Yeah, so we also had to build the body sort of, so I didn't just do the skeleton, I also built up the body segments, and we did this based on there's the model, there's the muscles, but we did this based on studies that have been done on crocodiles predominantly, because this guy is a pseudoseuchian, which is the branch that leads to or includes crocodiles. There's the section of what we got with the body. So it's just taking these hoops essentially, and then you sort of string all the hoops together, and it gives you the outline of what the body most likely was, at least in sort of general blocky shapes, because we wanted to look at center of mass, and we need to have the mass of it to do that, or at least figure out how to balance it. So if you looked earlier as well, we cut out space for the lungs and the trachea and that as well, to sort of get that balance as right as it can be. And from all of this, putting those segments together and putting the muscles on it, we found that it was likely quadrupedal, but we can't rule out a bipedal, like facultative bipedality. So it could occasionally stand on its hind feet, but it wasn't doing that most of the time. We found that it was plantigrade, so it had its feet flat on the floor, like we see in, I believe, most pseudoseuchians. So not too unexpected there. And it probably wasn't strongly sprawling, but it was not fully standing upright with fully erect limbs. But it's a bit simplistic to call this posture semi-erect. It definitely needs a little bit more looking at to figure exactly how it was standing. But yeah, this is also part of the wider Dawn Dinos project, which is hoping to, once we've got all these different pairs out, compare these different animals to each other. So we're looking at dinosaurs and pseudoseuchians from the late Triassic, to see how they're moving in relation to one another. So are the dinosaurs doing better in the end of the late Triassic when they start really taking over from pseudoseuchians going into the Jurassic? Are they moving in a more efficient way? Are they moving quicker? Are they able to jump higher? This sort of thing is the sort of questions that we went into this study with. So it's a neat little paper, and it's taken a little while to get out, but I'm glad it's finally out there, and I can talk about it. So that's nice.
Yeah, it's cool. I really like that kind of stuff. Like being able to put muscles back onto a skeleton is just filling out what they were able to do and how they existed as real living animals, not just bones that don't do anything.
So, yeah, and the muscles are sort of, we figure that out via muscle attachment scars, and then also looking at extant animals. So we've got like a basis in real life for where these muscles might have been, as close as we can get them to how they would have actually been in life.
Cool. What a cute little critter and interesting study, says Tiny. So, yeah. And they're also excited for Carboniferous episodes, which we all are, of course.
Of course.
Filippo, what have you been looking at?
So, since you asked me not to be too strict on dinosaurs, I decided to go a bit later, a bit earlier in the evolution of reptiles, go back to the Triassic with an amazing, I wouldn't say specimen because they found 80 of them. So an amazing new species that was described in 2025, even though the first specimens were found 1930 something, 1936, I think. So Speakman and colleagues, among which there's also Valentina, who's an Italian paleontologist, they describe Mirasora. Mirasora means the beautiful lizard, the majestic lizard, for the proper reason, because it's this tiny little critter found in France from the early Triassic. Emily, if I'm saying something wrong, correct me. I think it's 242 million of years ago. It's a drepanosaur, drepanosauromorph. And these are little lizard-like animals which do not look absolutely like lizard. It's just to give you more or less an idea. These are strange creatures with a prehensile hand, a pointed snout, and a prehensile tail with well-developed forelimbs. And Mirasora presented this strange crest of pennaceous-looking soft tissue integument structure, which are not feathers. These are something that recalls feathers, but they are not. This is an example of a convergent evolution between reptiles and birds. This kind of reptile, or early branching reptile, evolved this peculiar structure. We are talking about 16 feather-like units that recall a feather, but they are not because of several reasons. They lack barbs. The structure of the melanosomes are different between them and the feathers. So this tells us that early in the evolution of reptiles, there was already the genetic predisposition for the evolution of skin into something very peculiar, such as a feather-like structure. Almost 160 million years. No, wait. At least 60 to 70 million of years, something like that, before the more sophisticated things that you will find in dinosaurs, even 100 billion years earlier. And something that is not related to the lineage of archosaurs, because drepanosaurs are even earlier than that. This tells us that the diversification of the evolution of structures in diapsids is well underestimated as of now. We are lacking a lot of information from the soft tissues realm of extinct animals that would provide much more surprises in the future. There are two skeletons of Mirazoran, the holotype and the paratype, and then there are around like 78 to 80 different pieces of these soft tissues around. And we are talking about something that is very small. It's something that would stand in your hand, basically. They discover that this animal was close to another drepanosaur called the Longisquama, and Longisquama has been a big mystery for um, reptile biology as of now, because we have this strange-looking lizard with these two sets of, I think they are two sets of elongated pennaceous structure that we don't even know how, if they were moving or how they were moving. So the main question is, were these structures related to thermoregulation, like the feathers in birds, or something else? Well, from what they could understand, based also on the biochemistry, these pennaceous structures were more linked to display rather than thermoregulation or flight. So they couldn't provide like heating necessity, as for example would happen later in dinosaurs. It's a very thoughtful and comprehensive paper for a beautiful specimen. It reached the cover of Nature with this beautiful illustration by Gabriel Ungueto. And I think to me, this is the best paper of 2025, more than Nanotyrannus, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, look at these. They are beautiful.
I mean, they're looking at melanosomes. Is this pattern real? I saw that it wasn't in the paper.
I haven't focused on that. I think they provided some information to Gabriel about that for sure. I don't know if they are literal based on what they could see in the specimens, though.
Would it be feasible for that sail to be deployable and retractable, or is it just permanently out?
I think it's permanent because I don't think they discuss about possible protractor muscles for them. They mentioned the fact that maybe in other drepanosaur, like the drepanosaur, there were other sail-like structure like this, but I don't think they explain. I don't think they talk about the possible adaptation of the muscles that are located between the neural spines of the vertebrae. I don't think it was. I think they just stay like that.
They wouldn't last long on your oil rig, Dave.
They'd be off. They'd be sailing away. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, way more interesting than some nanotyrannosaurs. Tiny agrees with you. Both males.
Yeah. The problem is we don't know how to assess the gender in these animals. So if it is a display structure, it is possible there were variations between the two morphotypes. I don't know if it was dimension diversion, so maybe the male had longer, the female had shorter, or if it was only based on coloration. Maybe the male had exactly the same structure as the female, but maybe the male had more colors. We still don't know yet. But since it's apparently only for display, it's very likely there was a differentiation.
Cool. Right. Well, I think it is time now for some Q&A. If anyone has any questions in general for anyone in the team, you know our specialities. Maybe you want to know, I don't know, what we're going to do next for Palaeocast. Maybe you want to know something about what we've spoken about dinosaurs in general. Do you want to nerd out about why the Lost World was better than the original Jurassic Park? Do you want to say how theropods are overrated? Let your feelings be known, but no pressure for any of that. In the meantime, I'm going to take another roll at the quiz.
Yay!
I see Emily's disappeared.
She didn't
You
want
said that,
to.
and she was like, "No."
I'm
I
Turned
think.
yeah,
into a
sort of.
robot.
I'm in like a dream.
Can everyone else hear Emily, or am I hallucinating again?
Oh, she's here in time for the roll.
She's alive.
Do you know what? My dice is broken.
I'm here.
In terms of all of the things that are slowly breaking, our ability to roll is gone.
no!
Does anyone... Oh, refreshed. I was going to say, does anyone have any dice?
Has it? Has it?
Why did I get that one?
Is that 6?
Yeah, it was 6.
Four
Wait, I need to
bags.
refresh.
Four bags of dice.
Come
All
on.
right.
Come on. Oh, basically, it's my version of the geo chronographical chart.
Bones in a dinosaur's skull. All right,
Are we
you
putting
have...
the answers up for the audience?
Sorry?
Are we putting the answers up for
No.
everyone else, or are you just going to make them up?
I'm going to make... Well, I'm not going to make them up. I'm going to come up with the actual names of many bones. You have a premaxilla, a maxilla,
Mm-hmm.
a jugal, a squamosal,
Yeah.
an orbital, a postorbital, an antorbital, a supraorbital. Or are these just positions relative to eyes?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Orbital and orbital are just positions.
All
Yeah,
right,
no
let's
Yeah.
get some of the bones at the back.
I believe that you. I don't think you have an orbital bone, do you?
No, they don't. They have an orbital opening, but not an orbital bone.
Oh god.
Yeah.
What are the bones around the eye
Yeah.
called then?
So prefrontal,
Lacrimal.
frontal, postorbital, lacrimal, jugal. Sometimes the supraorbital, the supraoccipital. Sorry,
Has the zygomatic arch been
supraorbital.
said?
I would.
Now we're
never
all
get
doing
these.
this.
Yeah, it's turned into a good team exercise. Yes, we can.
As a biomechanic who specializes in the skull, I should probably know this better.
Yeah, actually, you should.
Yeah.
Oh, I
What's the
can.
bits that they stick on the skull?
I can barely even remember all the bits of a Eurypterid. So, like, if they were broken into like, how many are there? Like 15 bones in the skull, something
Wait,
like that.
so premaxilla, maxilla, nasal, frontal, prefrontal, lacrimal, jugal, postorbital, squamosal, parietal, 10, supraoccipital, quadrate, going down, surangular, articular, angular, 15, dentary, predentary, 17, then exoccipital opistotic, protic, laterosphenoid, orbitosphenoid, basoccipital, basisphenoid, parasphenoid, vomer, 20, pterygoid, ectopterygoid, palatine, vomer, and I'm missing something. So around 25 bones, more or less.
Wow.
And not everyone's going to have the predentary, though.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, right. But I'm an ornithiscan guy. I think about
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, the rostral in Ceratopsian. So 20,
Oh, yeah.
25.
I'm
I
sure I remember
vastly
something at
underestimated.
SVP. Yeah. I'm sure I remember somebody at SVP saying, like, arguing for, like, the maxilla and the premaxilla should be counted as the same for some reason, but I'm definitely massively misremembering it somehow. But it was interesting, whatever it was.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay.
I just count them all as the same. To me, that's a
Hmm.
skull.
skull.
I mean, because in humans, all the back ones are fused together. So do you just say they're the same bone? Is it all just the skull?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a skull to me, and maybe to other people. I don't know. Comments. Do you just think of your skull as a skull?
Ah, the quadrato
mean-
jugal, I forgot.
Oh, you can't forget the quadratic jugal.
For the purposes of FEA, you can generally consider them as all the same because my supervisor has done a test of whether you need to actually include the sutures in between the plates in your skull. And depending on what you're doing, it's not crazy important. So you can pretend it's one bone.
I
Yeah.
will. And here's another
like,
one.
yeah,
Are
like
there-
like Pachycephalosaurus skull. It's one block.
Yeah, it's just.
Are there any other similar, like, anatomical things that are made out of multiple bones that all form, like, one functional unit?
It's just the pelvis and the
Pelvis?
sacrum, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
It depends how you
You-
define functional unit.
The human pelvis, because dinosaur
yeah,
pelvis
human
are
one.
still subdivided in 3 parts.
Yeah.
The human pelvis is a unique block.
How many bones do I have in my pelvis?
3. 6 for 2 pairs of ilium, ischium, pubis.
Didn't
How
know.
many bones do the dinosaurs that you've been studying have in their pelvis?
Oh,
Oh, come on.
we were supposed to be doing a PG.
Next roll, please.
I'm sorry, it was there.
Next roll, please.
Let's take questions from
swiftly
the
on.
audience whilst we still have an audience. Sophie.
Wow.
Don't know, could bring in the audience. Who knows?
I was supposed to be the one making that joke. It's my topic.
You are to blame for all of this, Filippo.
Yes, I am. Shame on me.
Brittany says The Lost World was better, and that's coming from not a dinosaur person. Tiny says, I'd love to hear if and what plans the others have for future Palaeocast episodes.
Ooh. I mean, I have one that's been in the making for far longer than it should have been. Because I recorded one in October 2024.
Wow.
That's
that
quite a while ago.
was about a book that was coming out in October 2024. And then I started a PhD.
It kind of
I'll do
ruins
it.
things starting a PhD.
I'll do that intro.
It
I'll do
really
that
does.
intro one day.
One day. What else have we got to look forward to?
Rhynchocephalians.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Woohoo.
That one's in the
Yeah.
bag, I believe.
Yeah, we just need some pictures for it, and then yeah, that'll be good to go.
That is good to go. Filippo, what would your next one be? Is there anything that you
I'm the
want
late.
to do?
I'm the latest arrival in Palaeocast, so I still have to to make a plan of it. But I have some papers coming out that I think I might cover or interview because I won't be the first author. So
Can you do your own papers?
And
I
maybe
don't
maybe
think
one of
that's
us could
allowed.
interview you.
it's because they are not mine. I'm not the first author.
So you can interview the first author.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to go well out of your comfort zone.
Fine.
What we need is a list of random groups, and then we just roll for it.
Ooh.
That would be a nice idea.
Yeah.
I wonder how quickly I could write one up. Just being like brachiopods, bivalves, corals, bryozoa.
Oh no.
Not done those.
Can I
Loads
stay
of-
at least with something with a backbone?
No.
Yeah, I love vertebrates.
Right, back to the comments. One skull. Okay, yeah. One bone in the skull. You're tired out. Teacher says, I draw exact things. How I can't find shy, elusive paleontologists that may want pictures of exact things. Okay. Britt says, well done, Sophie. Lol. I'm guessing that is
Thank
to do
you.
with
Thank you, I appreciate that. At least someone's proud of me for that joke.
yeah.
No one else is.
Well, I'll be having words with you and with Brittany. So right, we need more questions if you have them, and in the meantime, Emily,
Ooh, it's my turn now.
list
9,
all
what
the
is 9?
periods, oldest to youngest.
Okay, it's my turn.
Are you,
I did
are you
it
shutting
before.
your
I
eyes?
did it before.
I'm putting the answers up, so look away.
Okay.
Right, off you go.
Okay, right. Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, Carboniferous, Permian, Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous. Oh dear. Paleogene, Neogene, Quaternary? Is that how it
What?
Did
ends?
she actually look away?
Yes, I did. I can't see anything.
Yeah, but
I
We-
can't
not
see
sure I
the
believe
screen. It's
you.
blurred.
oh, yeah, that's a good point. All right, well done.
Yes.
Fine.
Actually did it. Right, Sophie,
Yeah, I can do the next one.
10.
10. What's 10?
No,
No.
it's the same one.
Oh,
Roll again.
thank you.
Nat 20.
Oh.
20. What's your paleontological guilty pleasure?
Do you like magpies? A little bit.
I really, really dislike one magpie. The rest of magpies are fine. The ones that sit outside my flat, they're fine.
All
Because I
right,
don't have
tell
to
us
look at their faces.
about the group that you are like, I kind of like those. Yeah, they're kind of into.
I don't think that any group is
Priapulid
that
worms.
cringy to like. Like before the stream, you suggested that it was cringy to like bivalves.
So you're a bivalve
Oh,
kind of.
okay. So the most niche group that I really like are temnospondles.
Temnospondles.
Big amphibians, like
They're
big
kind of-
crocodile-size salamanders. I think they're cool.
Toilet seat heads.
But they are cool. It's not cringy.
They're kind of hipsters, I feel.
Mm,
They were
yeah. Maybe I'm cringy because I'm trying too hard to be a hipster by liking temnospondles.
they were just too like, oh, look at us, we're going on land,
Mhm.
aren't we special? Like,
Yeah. It could be my my guilty pleasure could be that I really, really like the third Jurassic Park movie. And I think even though it's not as good, I think it is the most enjoyable. I have the best time watching the third Jurassic Park movie.
Has anyone ever used that ringtone?
Oh yeah,
No.
definitely.
I'm gonna
Oh,
hold
you're
on.
such nerds. Why am I
It's
spending my
like
Wednesday
if
hanging
someone's
out with you
phone
guys?
goes, if someone's phone goes
You're
off
the
in a
king
big
of
group of
the nerds.
paleontologists, it's like that, or it's the Jurassic Park theme, or it's Godzilla's roar. It's one of those three things and nothing else.
Ugh.
And half
I
the
need a
people in
less
the
boring
room go to look at their phones.
That's how you know you're in the right room.
Right, Filippo, finish us off. Number 1.
Nat 1.
Oh,
Nat one.
your latest bit of Paleo merchandise. My Christmas gift.
He's off. He keeps it to hand. What on
Oh.
earth is that?
This is the gift of my girlfriend. This is basically a robot. It's an egg that hatch on its own. You tap on it and the Tyrannosaur inside hatch alone.
Aw.
Are you going to
I-
show us, or is this something
No,
that stays in the box?
I haven't opened it yet because basically this is a one-time gift. So basically, when it's hatched, that's it, and then it's just a robot with a remote and blah blah. So I want to make it right. I want to build up a Hammond cosplay. Find a proper find a proper place and record it to make a content.
Yes.
Yeah.
And basically remake the entire scene of John Hammond in the lab. I've been
Just when you thought I
present.
couldn't get
I
nerdy.
have witnessed the birth of every creature on the island.
Well, if you need an Ellie Sattler, let me know.
Okay.
Right, if you need a lawyer that says this is a bad idea and I don't want to be here and all of that, let me know.
Being eaten by T-Rex.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Then we have to find a
maybe not.
T-Rex.
Also, one that we've missed. I want someone to do the plot of Jurassic Park backwards. I think that has the potential to be an interesting story. So, together, team effort. Family, not a family. 2 adults and 2 children. And
Okay, I kick off with the beginning. An old man is looking at an island very sad.
Aww. And then they fly there
They do. They fly
in a
there.
helicopter.
Like there.
Yeah.
Get
A guy.
get a T-Rex
They
to put up a banner.
They say they're not going to endorse this park, and then they have a time at the park.
Mm-hmm.
They
The
put
guy-
up security measures.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm skipping over huge
And
amounts.
because
Somebody gets a bunch of poison taken off of him by a Dilophosaurus.
you made a
That's a
giant
really weird scene.
jump. Wait.
Come on, we're doing it wrong.
They have to escape, and because of that bad emergency situation, they have to run through the ventilation system to go to the computer office to repristinate everything. But while doing that, they found out that raptors were already controlling the park in the controlling room. So they have to use the gun to shoot them off back to the kitchen where they belonged. But in the kitchen, there were already 2 children searching for food because they have been kicked out from the dessert area.
Wait, the 2 children kick the raptors out of the kitchen, don't they? They chase them out.
No,
No!
you're going
If it's the
backwards.
right way around, then the
They lock
raptors
them
can-
in. Well, they lock one in the
Ah.
freezer. So they let the raptor out of the freezer.
They let the raptor
'Cause
out
it
of the
got
freezer,
stuck in
but
there.
then they chase them out of the kitchen, don't they?
Yeah, because they realized they made a mistake. They wanted to
Yeah.
put the butler inside the freezer and not the
Uh-huh.
raptor. This
And
is a reference to Tomb Raider.
And the raptor very politely shuts the door behind him.
Yes.
Yeah, oh my god, they have manners.
And so how does it end? They
It's
make
all
a
spit
perfectly
up.
they make a perfectly functioning park, and
That T-Rex makes a perfectly functioning lawyer.
Yeah.
And the Brachiosaur just to watch a few people leaving the island.
yeah,
And you say, finally.
finally.
And then 2 paleontologists go back to their dig with no money.
They end up poor.
So like normal then.
Perfect.
Does this mean that Hammond goes to their dig and takes all their money away?
It's a better film. It's a better film.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
Good. Right. Well, I think we should end there. Thank you, everyone that has watched, that has participated. First time doing this. My camera broke. Emily's camera broke. Filippo's mind broke. Something of Sophie's broke. I don't know what.
My ability to make appropriate jokes
Yes.
for the show.
Right. Let us know if you want more of this stuff for some reason. But yeah, it worked, I think.
Success.
Good
the
work,
most
everyone.
part.
Thanks for watching,
Yay.
and tune in to the next episode, which will be very, very soon. Hope you all enjoyed it, and see you maybe for another one in the future. Bye.
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 Bye.